Tell the feeling like I'm trapped in my damn mind.
And half a day, you guys are watching Guam's videos with Gage Ignacio. So now we're looking at the KCN 12,000. So on the box it says that we're just gonna jump straight into this. There's no really good details I'm gonna talk about this reel. Actually, there is kind of a little bit of problems with this reel that occurred to me when I was reading the box, and then I was looking at the reel and seeing if it was the exact same size and stuff. This is in fact a 12,000 size. I got the spool right here, took it off. So it says on the box that it is a 12 plus 1 bearings, and this is in fact a 10 plus 1 bearing, which kind of makes me really upset, because if it says that it's a 12.1 or it's a 12 plus 1 bearing, then stick with the bearings, because obviously bearings are really important for reels now. Because it's like having a skateboard or it's mostly like having a skateboard. If the skateboard says that, oh, it's say the board says it's 8.5 inches for the board width, then it comes in at a 10.5 inches, which is really huge. It's like my feet are like an inch over that. So yeah, I mean that's like, I don't know why would they say that, but this reel is really good. The only problem I do not like about this is that it has a screw off cap for your handle, and I would have thought that the 12,000 size would not have a screw off handle or a screw off cap for the handle. I would expect for it to be like a Daiwa reel, where it's like you have to go reverse to take the handle off and the screw is still on, and then you screw it back on, the screw cap is still on. Which that's a big problem for me, because I had a Daiwa reel, which all reels are not really made the same. Actually, they basically are, but they have minor differences. So now what I gotta do is I gotta look into I'm probably gonna have to get a Daiwa handle, and then I'm gonna have to get a bigger screw or something like that, and then I'm gonna have to go through all this big processing just to get what I kind of feel like I want. I'm just gonna have to do a few minor upgrades for this. And the only thing I do not like about this reel, except for the handle, is that whenever you keep popping it, like, cause I use popper for freshwater bass. I also tried using some catfish bait and stuff like that. I tested out a few stuff, didn't catch anything. But as soon as you keep, like, I can't even do it anymore. Like, as soon as, like, when I was using popper, I use the popper really aggressively to where it makes a big pop, to where fish are, like, going after it. Okay, now it's fine, because you have to tighten up that nut inside the stuff. Everything on here on the box, from the line or from the weight of the reel. Alright, so here, the KCN 8000, it goes up to 12,000 and doesn't go under 8,000. So here's the problem. So that was just this. So the problem with this is that they all weigh the same. The 8000 weighs 590 grams, which I don't know how 590 grams weighs in ounces or pounds. And the 10,000 weighs the same, and the 12,000 weighs 590 grams, which is the same as the 8,000. They all have the ration, I think that's what it's called, or the radius, I think, or something like that. It's 4.6.1 radius for all of them. So it's basically made the same, but it has minor differences. The same, or a different spool goes down smaller until it goes up to my spool. And then the line weights and stuff like that. The line weights is for the 8000, 0.20 millimeters equals to 390 meters. I'm not gonna go through all of them because there's like a lot of them. So yeah, 20 millimeters leads to 390 meters, and 0.34 millimeters leads to 370, which for the that's the 10,000 size. So I don't know why it's going down when it should be going up. Then the 12,000, 0.40 millimeters goes to 400 meters, and that's fine with me. But I'm gonna probably be putting 50-pound braid up in there because that's what I can fit in there. Because this is this rod can only handle the line weights of 50 lb, which lbs, if you guys are new to fishing, lb is really mostly pounds. I don't understand who would use lb for something different. But yeah, these rods this rod I like because see the guides are the eyes. These are the guides or the eyes. Is that they have the top part, they also have the bottom part. I really like that too because I used to have just ones where it's just like this part right here, and then they're easy just to break off, which I do not like that. But I mean, it's whatever. This rod I picked out. This is just I mean, most people don't like getting stuff from Walmart, but this was the first setup that I got here in the States. So I wanted to see what this was about, and the reel so far broke because this is like a bite alert reel, and the reel broke because it just broke. It had the stickers up here. I decided to take them off because it made the rod look ugly. So yeah, so here's what the spool looks like, just all braid. I'm gonna put 50-pound test on here for braid. I don't like to spool up my stuff with monofilament because I just really don't like monofilament. I like monofilament for making casting nets, but that's the only thing I like them for. Alright, so here's my setup, okay? So once your spool is empty, wrap one single wrap of electrical tape. Once you spool up your braid, I'll do a video on that. And do a double wrap uni and stuff like that. Alright, so it's from uni knot to FG knot. That's the FG knot right there. And then to 40-pound shocking line. I'm gonna change it up though to 50-pound braid, and then either 80-pound shocking line or 100-pound shocking line. Because I mean, shocking line is something that is really big in my family for fishing. On my dad's side, because they over there in Guam, they use really a lot of shocking. I think they use shocking line. If they don't use shocking line, then I'll just tell them to use shocking line, because most of my family caught like barracudas and stuff. So yeah, try and put this line back in there. Alright, so yeah, this is 500 meters. If I didn't say that, I probably did, but it's like my 5th or 6th take. So let's get on to the rod now. That's the reel. Oh, here's what it looks like with the spool on. Oh yeah, and the rate, I think that's a rotation thing, but it's on the box. It says it's 4.6.1, and this is saying that it's a 4.6. and there's no 1 in there. So that's like 4 mistakes that they already did. And I got this reel off of Amazon, so you guys could just search up KCN just on the regular Amazon. Alright, so getting off the rod. So the rod has the guides that are like this. If I didn't say that, they had the top part and the bottom part. Alright, so I guess, and the tip is pretty good, I guess. So it also has this part right here where you put your lure, if you have lures on there, or rigs. I don't know what this part is for. I seen it on boat reels, where they have that, which I'm not. If you guys know what that is, just comment down below on what that is. So yeah, and your reel seat on your pole, it goes down really low. That's how low it goes. It's like, you can say that's an inch. Yeah, that's probably a good inch or so. Alright, I'm not sure how much this weighs, but I'm gonna screw this. Alright, so this reel, or this rod, is a 7-foot medium heavy, which means it could take that reel, and the line weight is 17 pounds to 50 pounds. That's pretty good. So yeah, if you catch a fish that's way over 50 pounds, then you can't do anything, because this rod can only handle about 50 pounds. After 50 pounds, the line weight of the lure, or the lure weight, is 1 to 8 ounce, which means I could basically throw a good couple ounce popper. Maybe like, if I'm going fishing, I might throw at least a good 4 ounce popper, maybe. But when I'm over back in salt water, so I'm probably gonna be going down to Florida pretty soon. Maybe going down to Florida. So after the rod, it says that the line, the lure weight is 1 to 8 ounce. It's also made in China, KM6. I don't know what KM6 is. It's probably a company. Alright, so it doesn't say on how much this weighs, but I'm gonna have to guess that this weighs probably gonna have to say maybe it's probably a good 12 ounces, which is close to a pound, but this is pretty good for just throwing this and stuff. Let's see if this is gonna start wobbling. Oh yeah, you guys can see that. You guys can hear that? That little, when it's wobbling, it's starting to do that. It won't mess up anything, but I just fix it up because it's like that. So after this rod and reel setup and all my thinking and all my processing and all my stuff that I'm talking about for this is, you know, like, it's basically simple. I mean, you buy a reel and rod and test it